Welcome back, everybody, to the Certified Entry-Level Python Programmer course. And as you know, we have completed Section 1. So it's time to do some videos that will review Section 1. And this is the first of those review videos. Let's go ahead and take a look at some multiple choice to help us review that content. Question 1, what is the correct output of the following Python code snippet? So we have x equals 10, y equals 3, z equals x / y. Notice I'm not giving anything away there, I hope. Print z. Is the answer going to be A, 1, B, 3, C, 4, or D, 10? So you can pause the video here if you'd like some time to think about this, and just go ahead and unpause when you are ready to cover the answer. So what is this question really zeroing in on? Well, it's those operators that we covered, and sure enough, this is integer division. That's right. So 3 into 10 is going to give us an integer answer. Dropping the fractional portion or decimal portion, it's going to give us an answer of 3. That's right. So print z will end up printing the number 3. That is the result of that integer division. So if this was a struggle for you, certainly a whole lot of flashcards on the many different operators we have inside of Python, that could really help you out. Question number 2, which statements regarding indentation in Python are true? And we are going to be choosing 2. Indentation is never required in Python. The recommended best practice is 4 spaces to indent. Tabs for indenting are not supported in Python. Or finally, use a consistent approach to indentation in a Python program. Which 2 are correct? Again, pause the video if you'd like some time to think about this one. Well, indentation is never required in Python. This is not true. Yeah, not true at all. We do have times where we are required to indent in Python. The recommended best practice is 4 spaces to indent. That is absolutely true. That's right. 4 spaces is the recommendation. Tabs for indenting are not supported in Python? No. They are. They are supported, so that's incorrect. And then finally, you better believe it, use a consistent approach to indentation in a Python program. So Python would not want you using the 4 spaces in places and then using tabs in other places. Yeah, they'll support both. They just want you to use either one consistently. Question number 3, which of the following statements correctly describes a key difference between an interpreter and a compiler? Compilers execute code line by line, while interpreters convert the entire code into machine language before execution. Interpreters execute code line by line, while compilers convert the entire code into machine language before execution. Compilers are faster during development due to immediate execution, whereas interpreters are slower. And finally, interpreters always produce an executable file, while compilers never do. What's the correct answer? Well, the correct answer is interpreters execute code line by line, while compilers convert the entire code into machine language before execution. Notice that's going to make A incorrect. Yeah, of course, because that's just taking this and flipping it around, and that won't work. And then compilers are faster during development? No. Compilers can make development a bit tougher for us because we're going to be making changes and then we have to recompile. Interpreters don't produce an executable file. That's the job of a compiler. Great work for those of you that got that correct. Next up, which of the following variable names reflects the best practices recommended in PEP 8? Would it be the current temperature as shown in A or B or C or D? Yeah, think about it. What was the best practice recommendation? Well, sure enough, it is all lowercase and use an underscore where spaces would be appropriate. So current underscore temperature reflects the best practice. And finally, question number 5. What is the default value for the end argument in the print function? Is it A, which would be nothing? Is it B, which would be /n, C, which would be a space, or D, which would be /t? Yeah, the default value for the end argument in our print function is /n. That is a new line. Notice D would be a tab, C would add a space, and A would be nothing for the end argument. So /n is our default value. We know when we use the print function, by default, it's going to end whatever was printed with a new line. And that's a result of that /n as the default for that end argument. Well, great job, everyone, on the review. Thank you so much for your participation. And our review of Section 1 is not quite done. I hope you'll join me in the very next video to further our review.